Hey guys. So, yesterday I spoke to you guys about all these highfalutin spiritual ideas, as to why as to why 75% of you hate Trump. By you, I mean Jews in America who love Israel and who love your own people. I can't take that away from you. And whatever I spoke about yesterday may have gone over your heads, so I'm going to speak about something very simple right now. This is something super simple. I don't even think that it can be simpler than this. There's a place called Judea and Samaria. It's a region of Israel. It's literally the cradle of Jewish civilization. It's where we got our name from. The media and a lot of you actually, because of the media, like to call it the West Bank. Why is it even called the West Bank? It's called the West Bank because it is the West Bank of the Jordan River. That whole area. What you don't understand and what they don't show you, right? The media and everybody else really. They show you a map, right? And you see it's like an area of Israel, but what they don't show you is the topography of the map. They don't show you the elevation, right? The topography is that place is a mountain, right? So even if you're not religious, even if you don't believe in this whole Torah thing, right? As Biden likes to say, the thing. Even if you don't acknowledge that our entire history, the beginning of our history, ancient history comes from that entire area. Places like Hebron, Shiloh, where they found the remains of the tabernacle before we even had a temple in Jerusalem. Where they found pottery at a place called Har Eval, Mount Eval, which is from the Torah portion called Kitavo, which talks about you're going to get a blessing on Har Gerizim, which is there, and occurs on Har Eval. And there's a piece of pottery they found near Har Eval that talks about the Torah portion. From like the biblical era, from the era of the Tanakh. So, even if you're not into that, folks, it's something that we recaptured in the War of 67, just like we recaptured the Golan Heights. And it's, if nothing else, military high ground, which you don't give to your enemies. So, the guy that you hate, the guy that you guys hate, if it's up to him, he would have us ultimately annex that area, which is really ours. There's, 650,000, 700,000, maybe even 800,000 Jews living there, Israeli citizens, people who serve in the army. Half of the guys who perished, unfortunately, in this stupid war. By stupid, I mean it's necessary, but it's very stupid the way it's been conducted. Have been from that area, from Judea and Samaria. The guys you call violent settlers. Yeah, they're violent. Against who? Against Hamas. They are violent. I want them to be violent. I want them to be really violent. It's good that they're violent. Okay? Against our enemies. So, the guy you guys hate, and he did it via Pompeo for Mike Pompeo for diplomatic reasons. He basically said that Israel can annex that area, its own land. Folks, he's the first president to ever do that. He's the first president to ever declare the Golan Heights as part of Israel, to the point where there's a town called Trump Heights, or Ramat Trump, in that area. The first president to ever do that. Folks, again, if nothing else. On top of that, I'm not even mentioning that he completely financially decimated Iran. He killed the Iran deal. Folks, I've been talking to some friends, and they're telling me that there is no on-the-ground solution for this Hamas thing, for this war with Hezbollah and Hamas. The only solution is to bankrupt Iran, because that's where all the money's coming from. Because you're not going to expel Or at least, well, as much as we'd like that, you're not going to expel all the Arabs from Gaza, right? So, he's the guy that's done all those things. The party that you guys want to vote for, if it's up to them, they would have Israel give back Judea and Samaria. They keep talking about, all they can talk about is settlement expansion hurts peace. The first thing they said, folks, after this attack, what did they say? What did they come out and say? Kamala Harris said, we're worried about settler violence and Islamophobia. Folks, you know what the word phobia means? The word phobia means that you're scared of somebody. There ain't no phobia here. We're just acknowledging the issue. The clear problem to anybody who's got their eyes open. And settler violence? Halavai. Halavai, as we say in Hebrew. Settler violence. Yes, Jews defending themselves from people who want to slash our throats and kidnap and rape our women. Folks, that's the Democrats. Right now, we're at a point, you know, you're a Jew sitting in America and you're trying to decide who to vote for. All things aside, who's with the Jews, who's not with the Jews? Like really, like honestly. And if you want to tell me Biden, oh, he's a Zionist, he's a self-proclaimed Zionist. Folks, he's being controlled by Obama. Obama asked Bibi to go back to the 1967 suicidal lines. Get your heads out of your tuchuses. Wake up. Open your eyes. For the love of God, stop being suicidal. Stop putting your brethren in Israel in harm's way. Again, you're either going to give money to Iran or you are going to take away their money. The regime. I'm not talking about the people of Iran. So that they cannot continue to harm Jews in Israel. All over Israel, not just on the borders, not just in the north and the south, all over Israel, as we can see. Folks, it's to the point where it's really that simple. It doesn't get any more complicated than that. I'm not even going to give you any spiritual lectures about deep Kabbalah and spirituality like I did yesterday. It may have flown over your head, but it's that simple. You know, Michael Rappaport made a video today. He said, you know, this shooting, whatever, of Trump, or attempted it, whatever, you know, it's not going to change anything. People are still going to vote for, you know, he said an iced latte over Trump. I said, my friend Mike, you just went to Gush Etzion in Judea. Judea, that's where we got our name from, right? If it's up to the Dems, we'd have to give that back to the Arabs. Or they would pressure us. We wouldn't do it. They would pressure us. Conversely, if it's up to Trump, we would annex that place. So with all due respect, Mike, get your head out of your tuchus. I say this with love, my friends. Everything I'm saying, I'm saying with love. We have a phrase in Hebrew, Kol Yodim Aravim Zelazeh. Every Jew is another Jew's guarantor. It's a one-issue thing, guys. At this point, it's a one-issue thing. I hate to say it. You either want to propagate the Purim story, where Haman keeps threatening us, or you want to stop Haman, defund him, take away his ability to do what he's doing to us. It's that simple, guys. It's really, really that simple. Instead of voting for the party that keeps harping on about Islamophobia and settler violence after the Jews just had a Baba Yar, let's vote for somebody who maybe, just maybe, wants to enable us to defend ourselves. Apart from recognizing land that's ours, whether it's Jerusalem, the Golan Heights, Judea and Samaria, etc., etc. Guys, I mean, I don't know. I can't explain it any easier to an infant, much less grown adults. Anyway, guys, that's it. It's my rant for today. I'm Israel Chai.